Breaking news now regarding the theft of national treasures. Exit the vehicle slowly. You are under arrest for the theft and destruction. The situation escalated when the lead conspirator tried to flee the country with the original 17th century sketches last night. Have you ever wondered if the very light that shines through our sacred windows is carrying a lie? Can a masterpiece of art?
How does it feel to realize that your ancestors were intentionally erased from history? Painted over existence was a sin.
Before we confront these painful questions, I ask you to join us. Will you stand with the British narrative as we break the glass of deception tonight? Why was my color so threatening that they had to bleach the very saints we pray to? Is our heritage only acceptable when it is white? Tonight, the silence of the cathedrals is over. We are asking the hard questions that power feared for centuries. Are you ready for the answer? Good evening. Tonight, the British narrative investigates a sacred betrayal hidden within the very windows of our historical cathedrals. Welcome, viewers. We are uncovering how centuries of racial prejudice were literally baked into the stained glass of our history. Before we reveal this shocking evidence, join our movement. Your subscription ensures that the truth is no longer hidden behind sacred art. Thank you, Sarah. For years, these windows have depicted a whitewashed version of history while erasing the presence of Black saints. You discovered that original depictions were altered to suit racist ideologies of the Victorian era. Tell us about the evidence you found. I found chemical traces showing that the skin tones in these 17th century windows were intentionally repainted white during the 1800s. This wasn't just art restoration, it was a deliberate attempt to rewrite the spiritual history of Britain to exclude non-white people. When I tried to access the original blueprints, the church treasurer denied me entry, claiming the documents were lost forever.
But the truth cannot be suppressed. Tonight, we have information that the police are moving in to recover those lost documents.
We are crossing live to Kent. Inspector Watson is leading a raid on the private archives of a high-ranking church official suspected of fraud.
The raid is underway. The authorities believe that these archives contain proof of systematic racial exclusion in our national heritage records.
Secure the perimeter. We need to ensure that no historical data or physical evidence is destroyed during this high-stakes entry.
Look at that panic. They know that once the original sketches are found, their century-old lies of racial superiority will crumble.
We have recovered the original 1640 manuscripts. The alterations are clear. The racism was documented in their own notes. This is a monumental discovery. Dr. Elena, you were right. They used the church's beauty as a mask for their ugly racial agendas.
This is a monumental discovery. Dr. Elena, you were right. They used the church's beauty as a mask for their ugly racial agendas. It's heartbreaking to see how they systematically erased African saints from our windows to promote a narrative of white dominance.
The arrests are being made. This is why the British narrative exists, to bring accountability to every corner of our history.
Racial justice starts with the truth. Support us today so we can continue to challenge the whitewashed history of our institutions.
This is just the beginning. Tonight, we will go through those recovered documents and reveal the names behind this racist conspiracy. Stay with us for the next hour as we dismantle the lies hidden behind the stained glass history of Britain. Every fragment tells a story. The forensic analysis of these glass pieces is now proving that the cover-up was extensive.
Look at this layer, Sarah. Beneath the white paint added in 1850, the original dark pigment of the saint's face is clearly visible.
Whoa. This is chemical proof of a crime against history. Why was the church so desperate to hide this for over 100 years?
The public is reacting. People are tired of being erased from the very stories that are supposed to unite our diverse nation.
And we are committed to exposing every fraud. Your support allows us to keep the cameras rolling on these difficult and sensitive topics. We found payments to local restoration companies specifically instructed to standardize features to match European looks.
So it was a paid operation to enforce white supremacy in sacred spaces. How deep does this network of historians and clergy go?
It's interesting. The investigation is spreading. Another high-profile figure, a former museum curator, is now being questioned about these
They thought history was theirs to own and edit. They underestimated the power of modern science to reclaim the stolen truth. Science has provided the key, but it is the courage of people like you, Dr. Elena, that turns that key in the lock of justice. Look at these original sketches. The beauty of Britain's early history was its diversity, a truth that was buried for far too long. We are not just restoring glass. We are restoring the dignity of every person who was erased by this racist agenda. The trial begins tomorrow. The defendants are facing charges of historical fraud, destruction of national heritage, and incitement of racial bias. This is a landmark case. Join us as we track every moment of this legal battle to ensure that history is finally told correctly. Tonight, we've shown that even the most sacred glass can hide the darkest secrets, but the light of the truth is finally shining through. As the sun rises, so does the hope for a more inclusive Britain. We are reclaiming our past to secure a fairer future for all. This journey was difficult, but seeing these saints return to their true forms is the greatest reward I could have ever imagined. The unique way this investigation connected art, science, and racial justice is something that will resonate in our city for a long time. If you believe that history should be honest, join our mission. Your support is the power behind our ability to uncover these hidden crimes. Until our next investigation, stay connected with the strength of the truth. This is The British Narrative. Alla Negaban. Dr. Elena, as the court reviews the final forensic evidence, do you feel that the shadow of prejudice has finally been lifted from our history? Yeah. Before the final verdict is read, subscribe and join our community. Your support ensures that systemic racism can no longer hide behind sacred art. Right. This map proves that the racial bleaching of our heritage was not an accident, but a nationwide operation funded by secret elites.
They thought they could erase us from the windows of heaven, but they forgot that the truth is etched into the soul of Britain.
The situation escalated when the lead conspirator tried to flee the country with the original 17th century sketches last night. The situation escalated when the lead conspirator tried to flee the country with the original 17th century sketches last night.
Breaking news now regarding the theft of national treasures. Exit the vehicle slowly. You are under arrest for the theft and destruction.
This is more than a crime. It is an assault on our shared human identity. Tonight, the law is finally reclaiming our true heritage. The verdict is in. The court has ordered the immediate restoration of all altered glass and a permanent ban on the guilty officials. This victory belongs to everyone who dares to question. Join us now and help us build a Britain where history belongs to all races. Look at the light now. It's no longer filtered through a racist lens, and it's finally reflecting the beautiful truth of our ancestors. Your courage, Dr. Elena, has shattered the glass of deception. This is a new dawn for historical transparency in our great nation. When you see the impact, for the first time, every child in this community can see a reflection of themselves in their own history.
We have sent a clear message. Racism will not be tolerated, whether it's on the streets or hidden in sacred art.
We will not stop here. This investigation has opened a door that many wanted to keep locked forever. The truth is unstoppable.
I am walking away from this building today with my heart full of peace, knowing that my ancestors are finally being seen as they were.
Do not let the light of justice fade away. Join our community and help us protect the integrity of our shared British history. Indeed, our society evolves every single time we dare to ask the right and difficult questions about the shadows of our past. Tonight, we prove that no shadow is dark enough to hide the truth when brave individuals decide to speak out against organised prejudice. Stay connected with us for more deep dives into the hidden stories of our culture. Your voice is the power behind our work. As the sun rises on a fairer Britain, we remind you that every person deserves to be treated with absolute dignity and fairness. To all our dedicated viewers, we hope this journey has sparked a new curiosity and awareness within your own historical perspectives. The unique way we connected art, science, and justice is something that will definitely resonate in our nation for a very long time. History is never static. It breathes and evolves every time we are brave enough to confront the racial lies of the past. That keep seeking the profound truth behind the shadows, for every single person in Britain deserves to be treated with absolute fairness. If you have been affected by discrimination, remember that there are systems and people ready to fight for your rights today. And we thank our production team and the historical experts who made this complex investigation possible for our viewers tonight. Together, we can bridge the gap between prejudice and justice, ensuring a future where every single voice is protected and heard. Stay engaged, stay informed, and stay with us. Your support is the true power behind our investigative work. Goodbye for now. Remember, the truth doesn't just reveal the past, it builds a stronger foundation for the generation that is yet to come. If you have information about hidden racial history in your area, use the links below to reach our dedicated investigative unit. And we have cleared the glass, and now we can finally see the world as it truly was. Beautiful, diverse, and full of life. Every case we bring to you is another step toward absolute equality. This has been a special investigation by the British Narrative. Join us in our next program as we uncover more lost legends and hidden truths. Stay strong and stay with the truth. Goodbye for now, and remember that justice delayed is not justice denied, as long as we continue the fight together.